Good evening, all. So, Life Made Up of Questions proudly presents an interactive session with Dr. Rabiaah Bhatia on the topic five most important aspects of personality development. So, I would like to welcome Dr. Rabiaah Bhatia for this session, and I would like to know much from her, a brief introduction from yourself, madam. Please.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. And first of all, I'm really thankful to Harikrishnan, sir, for inviting me on this platform to share my views about a very, important and, topic which we all have to understand during a professional life. And it is important to understand why, because it is actually very must to develop our personality in such a way that we keep growing the ladders of our career actually. It is important for the career part. It is important as a individual as well to maintain that kind of personality where we are approachable, at the same time where we actually show the dignity, that what kind of perspective we hold, what kind of individuals we are, and what kind of designations or the titles that we hold is actually justified to our personality. It actually matches to our personality. So thank you so much once again. Myself, Dr. Rabia, and the titles I hold are many titles. I'm the board of directors with various organizations, especially the foundations. I'm a founder of WebStudio channel, where I'm helping the students with the mentor for the personality development, for PI, for interview skills, to make them ready for the future and become a better leaders in the future basically. Plus, we are also working for a profile building program where we are helping the professionals and educators to be their own brand. Somewhere what we understand, we forget that it is only our organizations where they have to become a brand. But as an individual, we somewhere forget that we ourselves is a brand, and we have to showcase. Till the time we don't showcase our talent and skills on various platforms, nobody would understand what we are and why we are born on this earth. Focus on your work, focus on the jobs you are holding, but do not neglect yourself as well. So this is where we are helping the individuals, we are helping the professionals as well as the educators. Plus, I have been a spoken English trainer certified with British Council, and have completed DOE project along with Macmillan, where we taught the students of grade 11th and 12th, especially the spoken English training classes. Then I was a senior teacher at this for the same project in the next year, where we actually observed and helped the teachers also to grow in the same perspective. Basically, we analyze the teachers. And recently, I have been education influencer with Gavin. Gavin, we all know. He is a renowned educationist, world famous educationist, and he has started his own website, Education Influence, his own organization, where I'm a part of his organization, and I'm blessed that I'm an education influencer with that organization. I am trying to explore in the field of storytelling as well, though I'm not a storyteller, but still I'm trying to explore and learn some skills to become a storyteller as well, so that I can help the early years kids as well. And yes, I am a part of early year development forum as well, where we help teachers also to nurture the students from the early year with respect to the sustainable development goals. And yes, I'm a global ambassador of sustainable development goals as well. I'm focused on SDG to meet the objective of SDG 2030. These are the titles and that I hold professionally. Personally, I'm a person who believes be a better version of yourself. Be the change to bring the change, because nothing can go wrong if you are focusing on your own mistakes rather than focusing on the others, that what others are doing, and judging the pointers or judging or pointing the other mistakes. So this is all about me, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rabia. Actually, as she has mentioned, the session will be a change maker. It must create a change for the student, teachers, all the professors, faculty, parents, all who are watching, because these are the five fundamentals with which we can
Absolutely.
build a strong, with strong foundation, we can build upon the structure with any dimension. So let's start the session.
Absolutely.
So first of all,
Absolutely.
I would like to know what are the five basic concepts of personality as the title suggests, according to you, please.
Thank you so much once again for putting up the question, sir. Yes, so the 5 personality traits, it is very important. The first I would start with, which I believe that it should be the 5 C's of 21st century skills as well. To be compassionate, the most important part of your personality is to become compassionate person. Have a compassionate heart towards others so that when you are becoming a leader, the leadership skills focuses not only to train or to hire best resources, but how you are supporting your team. That is the most important trait of your personality to become a better leader. So the first personality trait of your personality is to be compassionate. Very important part. Now the second is communicate properly. It is very, very important that you communicate in a way where not only you are talking, but the other you are giving a chance to the other person also to talk, to convey his message. Because when now me and you, I'll talking about. Let's focus on this session only. If I'm only talking, I think Harikrishnan sir will get bored, and the public will also get bored that it is not an interactive session. Then why are we here? Am I giving any lecture? No, it is not a lecture based session. I don't want to make it a lecture based session. It has to be very interactive where I am listening, you are listening, and we are actually, you know, conveying our messages to each other so that we can work together, we can build a better team, we can focus on a better team. Because when you work with like-minded people where everybody has their own skill set, everybody is talented in their own way, and when we combine those mindsets, when we combine those skills of 10 people, you can understand what a better combination it would be if we start working together with those 10 minds, basically mindsets, because we all have different skills. So you need to communicate in a way that where the other person is listening to you, understanding your point of view, and at the same point of time when they are talking, you are able to listen and you are able to understand their point, because it has to be, two-way. Communication is always a two-way process. It is not only I am talking or you are talking. So very important personality trait is to communicate in a way where we each, exchange each other's point of view and we adapt to it, basically. The third part, critical thinking. It is very, very important. We always focus on the critical thinking because till the time, for example, I'll give you a small example. You're an employer or you're a leader of one of the organization, you are not critically thinking and you are just working, where you do not understand what is that important or a USP of your organization which makes you different from the other organizations. There may be, for example, talk about the schools, let's talk about the universities. Schools, all schools are same. One is having IB curriculum, one is having CBSE curriculum, one is having ICSE curriculum. Then what makes you different from the other school? If you're not critically thinking and making your school exclusive, then what is the point of being a leader of that school? What makes you unique in so many schools? You have to think critically, analyze it, and then implement the uniqueness in your school so that the students can come and take admission in your school. And the world should be able to understand why your school is the best. So, critical thinking is very, very important, be it an employer, be it a leader, or be it a student, even. Now, the fourth personality trait is creativity. You need to be very, very creative. Till the time you're not creative, how will you create different things? How will you create different, unique, out of the box things in the world and become a better person? You have to be very creative, especially in such a competitive world. We all understood, thanks to lockdown, we came up with different and with a lot of creative minds. When we combined together those creative minds, we came to the conclusion that how easy it was us to adapt to the technology, basically. We came up with the Zoom calls, we came up with the Microsoft team meetings, we came up with the Google calls, we came up with the WhatsApp video calls. So many things came into picture. Then we came with so many flip learn, gamification. This is all our creativity. So till the time we are not creative, we will not be able to create differently, we will not be able to think differently. So very important to become creative. The fourth point, personality trait. Now, the last but not the least, very, very important, collaboration. You need to be a person who work in a collaboration. If you can't work in a team, I'm sorry, you cannot grow. In simple words, you have to work in a team, you have to collaborate with people wherein you can grow together, and only then you will be successful, because no person can grow isolatedly. If you are a single person in your team, or if you're a single person in your organization, do you think that you'll be able to grow, or do you think your organization will grow? Never ever. So please go ahead and start collaborating with the like-minded people. So these 5 personality traits you should develop since the beginning of your career. Only then you'll be a successful person, whether you are an employer or a leader of the organization, or just looking out for a job perspective. If you're going ahead with your job perspective, please make sure that you have to work in a team. Think out of the box. You have to be a person of who can focus on the solutions. Think creatively, think critically. Don't focus on the problems, but find out the solutions. These days the organizations are looking out for the people who are able to find the solutions rather than just talking about the problems in the organization. So I hope, sir, I'm able to answer your question.
Yeah, exactly. Starting from compassion, ending up like collaboration, mixing with creativity and lot of other things. The all C's are coming into it. So it's like ultimately the fundamental focus is on the change. So I would like to give an example. A child is born after the infant stage, he or she may be going to the KG, then after primary, then higher secondary, then going to a degree. So all these things are common with everyone, like 10th standard, 12th standard, or taking a degree, a professional course, anything. It's common. But we can see after this stage, the confusion starts coming. Then we can see the real like the change is happening. Some people are coming far front, some are becoming a businessmen, some are becoming celebrities, and some rank holders may be a government employee, some backbenchers may be like world famous people, or like lot of changes are happening. So we can't put them within a box like he or she scored this much mark, he or she is a gold medalist, and he or she is not good, they are not worth for anything. Ultimately we can't underestimate anyone. It's a matter of time, it's a matter of creativity, because ultimately that creativity sounds a lot. I mean, we are living in a world where all are focusing on the same route. If one is walking in a way, there are a lot of ways roads available, but we are having a tendency to follow the same path. But in following the same path, there is no mistake starting from school to college. But beyond that, being an employer, being a business or our own some startups, there comes the change. An institution with a focus of change, an organization with focus of change, a person with
Yes,
focus of change will create magic. Definitely, we can,
absolutely.
because magic is having all these transformations from starting from compassion to collaboration. Everything must start. The fundamental is a compassion. If it is struggle, if it is challenges, everything must be handled in a compassionate way. We have to hold the team together, like it is a team effort,
Absolutely, sir.
not a one-man show. Seriously, it's
Exactly.
happening.
That's so true. That's so true, sir. And yes, as you mentioned, the focus on the change. Change is the necessity of our life.
If we
Change
are
is
not
the key to
changing, life is very
success.
much boredom. If I am not changing daily, I am in the same way, I am wearing the same kind of dress, I am looking same, I am going in the same route. Life will become monotonous. Once in a while we have to
Monotonous.
change. We have to go for an outing, we have to deviate ourselves, we have to engage ourselves, we have to update our knowledge also. Still I am
Absolutely.
thinking, once upon a time I was that. At this time, what is me? That is a what,
Exactly.
that the present decides the future, not the past.
Yes.
We can tell good old
Absolutely.
past stories that once upon a time we were like this, but present, what is the condition of India? What is the condition of Ukraine? What is the condition of US? Present will decide the future. So we have to focus on the present generation, which is going to be the promising citizen of future India. So my next question is that when we are moving forward, there are a lot of challenges we have to face. It's not an easy journey. We can take the case of any
Absolutely.
celebrities or any successful personalities. They have jumped the hurdles. Definitely hardship must be there. It's an experience because the birth to death is small time we are having. In between that, we don't know whether next birth is there, but this life, it's only the experience from which we are gaining the knowledge. So the hardship, the sorrow, the success, the happiness, whatever it may be, that is a knowledge actually which no university has prescribed. It's our own knowledge. My experience may be different from yours, and it may be different from the other person. Everyone has a story to tell. Every beggar may be having a story to tell. Every successful person or a failure is also a story. Like we know a lot of people are moving, no one is caring about the failures. That is also research. If he or she is moving that way, that may not be matching. That is just a lesson for the others. So when we are moving, lot of toxic people we have to interact. The toxicity is a terminology coming in common now. Lot of people will be criticizing. Oh, he will not be able to do. She will not be able to do. They are just wasting their time.
Right.
What is this? So how, when that kind of mindset people are interacting or influencing us, they may be, oh, what he is doing simply waste of time. What is the use of this? Ultimately, the happiness or the state of some self motivation or self satisfaction, that is a feel which we are getting. For example, I may be happy while drinking a cold water or a coffee. The other person may be happy only after having a big meal. It is quite different. So how we have to handle all these toxicities or challenges when we are moving forward?
So you rightly use the word challenges, uh, life is full of ups and downs. We all understand that, right? And in between the journey of your life, you will be meeting so many people, as you rightly said, that there would be many toxicities and there would be many toxic people who would always be pulling your leg. Oh my God, don't do that. This is not good for you. Or you don't do that, you won't be successful in that because you're not made for it. For example, there's a lot of peer pressure for the students, right? How you handle such challenges, you know you accept that challenge rather than thinking that, oh my God, my friend is telling me not to go for it, this is not good for me, or I don't know about it. Fine, if you are failing for the first time or the second time, third time, how does it matter? How does it matter? Life is not going to end there, right? You need to understand that if you're failing for the first time, second time, third time, what you are gaining from that experience. Why? You need to sit down, take a pen and paper handy, jot down the points, jot down the learnings in between that journey of failure, startup and a failure, startup and a failure. Because when you start something, if you don't start, you're a loser. Mind it, understand it. If you don't even start it, how will you understand that it's not made for you? Please don't think about the other person. They are not you, you are not them. So do not compare yourself. First important part is comparison. The more you compare yourself with the others, you will start losing your confidence. You will start losing out on the journey of your success. Because, so many successful people are there. Be it Dr. Sandeep Marwa, be it our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, be it our President, or be it anybody for that matter. There are so many successful leaders in front of us. They have gone through that journey of failure and success. Nobody is a person who can directly jump to the ladder of success and become successful. Nobody can. Believe me, for that matter. Everybody has to churn out their, negativity, churn out their learnings, and churn out their differences. And let me just tell you, as I said in between, we all are unique in our own selves, right? We all are talented people. There is no comparison. The only comparison is between you and you. Don't have any comparison with Harikrishnan sir. Harikrishnan sir doesn't have any comparison with me. How can you compare between two people? He has different, skills. He has different talents. He has different experiences. He has different learnings of his life. I have different learnings. I am differently good. I'm differently, educated person. I'm differently a learned person. I'm not a learned, but I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning. I always go ahead and learn from a child even. because a child can make us understand that yes, this is the reality of life. Where you are born, you need to make a progress, you need to fail here, you need to stand here, and you need to make your own life. Tell me one thing. We all have a siblings at our houses, in our places. Almost we all have, right? When a child is born, or when your sibling is born, how small his hands are, right? How small her hands are, or his or her hands are. Slowly, gradually, they grow, and their hands, their feet become long. It is not a small part. In between that, when they grow, when they're a small, tiny kid, and then they grow like a, you know, healthy, long child or healthy, tall child, so many times they fell. So many times they fall on the earth. They get uh, hurt also. They get sick also. But that is life. Similarly, if you understand that part of the life, personal life, how the child becomes tall and how they grow, you need to understand that the professional life also grow in the same unique manner. You fall, you get hurt, you learn, then you get up and you start running. Even a small child, by walking, they learn, they are in the process of learning how to walk, how to run fast. Similarly, as a professional, yes, when you start your career, you will fall for sure. We don't get successful and we don't get selected in the first job itself. Very rare, very rarest of the rarest. Maybe something called karma also comes with it. Yes, I believe in karma theory, and we all have to believe in karma theory because this is life. Life is here. There is no next turn. This is here. We are here to born. We are here born with some kind of mission, and what we have done in the past, we don't know. So past is gone. Future is still to come. Present. Focus on the present. Focus on the learnings. Focus on the experiences. Do not compare yourself. Accept the challenge from each and every person. Overcome that challenge. That yes, I can learn from it. I will grow. The most important factor, have a self-confidence. If you are not self-confident about yourself, any toxicity, any toxic person, any negativity will be able to make you hurt, and you will never grow from there. Believe me, grow is a different part. You will not be able to learn from that experience, and learning should not stop. Let me just tell you, learning should be a process. Learning should be a part of your everyday growth. Keep learning. You can learn from your domestic helpers, you learn from your parents, you learn from your siblings, you learn from your friends, you learn from your teachers, you learn from each and every living being. All right, I gave you an example of human being, right? Have you seen a plant? How it goes become a flower also, right? The sun rays are there. There is so much. We have to water it also. Similarly, the problems will be a part of your life. Similarly, the happiness will also be a part of your life.
Yeah,
So
as you
please do not, do not focus on those difficult situations. Focus on the learnings.
Yes, you have mentioned the childishness, the character of a child. Child is the father or mother of curiosity and creativity because when we are in the childhood days, we will cry for something we want. And after that, our interest will be changing as our age grows. When we are, but take the case of a person who is 35 or 40 or 50, they are saturated. They are losing their curiosity. They are thinking they are matured and they are having a barrier to express their expressions like, oh, if I am crying, someone will be noticed. If I am laughing, what others will be thinking. But in the case of the KG class and all, the students are laughing, they are crying, they are playing, they are without any boundaries. So that creativity, that I mean, there comes everything. We have to learn lot of things from the childishness, and the childish behavior must be there throughout our life.
Yes,
Then life
yes,
will be like
absolutely.
a 360-degree happiness. Because if we fall, also they will be crying for particular moment, and suddenly if others are calling, they'll be going for playing. So that mindset must be there in business also. If you're falling, we have to move ahead. And one thing I have to mention, this is quite natural, this scenario. If a person is successful, he or she will be bounded with lot of others to praise, to clap, to laugh, to enjoy, to applause everything. But if someone fails, there are a lot of people to blame. So he or she is falling because of their attitude, their character. They are not fit for that. They are incompetent. They are incapable. They are unfit for the society as a whole. Like he or she is like good for nothing. Like we are tarnishing the whole
Yes,
personality throughout their life. But actually,
absolutely.
this is quite natural in this world. So how we can how we can categorize those personality traits into a common title?
All right. So I would just like to say here one sentence. Life is full of up and down, right? Ups are like people who are actually motivating us, and downs are like people who are actually pulling our legs by saying, "Oh my God, I told you not to do that. You will fail in this. Oh my God, you just can't do that." So life is full of up and down, and life is full of positive and negative people. But life is full of positivity and negativity. If it is a straight line, if you always meet the people who are always motivating us, life, as you said, will become monotonous. And all of us have seen that if there is a straight line, it's all over, right? Have you seen that ECG? I think most of us know how the ECG reports shows. If there is a curve in that line, oh my God, the person is still alive. There is still life is still there, and if there's a straight line, it's all over. So you have to decide if you want to have a straight line in your life and always go with the similar kind of situations and always similar like of people, then you have to decide on your own. We are not here to decide for you, right? And if you want that, yes, you need to have such people also who are always pulling your leg and making you discouraged. Then you have to recharge your own batteries actually, right? That yes, now that person has told me that I can't do that. I have to show that. I have to prove. Don't prove to other person, prove it to yourself that yes, you are not discouraged by that one toxic person or by that one negativity in your life, but you can do this also. So have a you know attitude, positive attitude towards your life, positive positive attitude towards anything you do. Till the time you don't have that positivity in your life and positivity in your mind, you will never be successful. I'm not saying that yes, you will be a leader of the organization or the employer of the, but whatever you are going to do, be positive about it. Have self confident about it that yes, it's okay if I won't be able to, prove it now, or if I won't be successful at this point of time, I will learn something. I will gain some experience out of it. How does it matter if you have got a retest in your maths exam? How does it matter even? It is not going to stop your life. The life is not going to end there. You have learned something. Why? Let me just tell you, when you do a revision of a math subject, okay, fine, you have got 35% and you have to repair for the test for the maths, you are going to revise that, right? Are you not learning something new when you're doing a revision? Just calculate it, you will be learning something new out of it. So once you learn something, another thing, and something new out of it, obviously you are gaining some rich experience, and nothing can stop you to become successful and to gain 80% marks in your maths retest. So students, why I'm focusing on this part, because of the fact that we have been hearing, and I think sir also knows that thankfully, it's been 2 years of the lockdown. We have not heard about any societal case in terms of the students basically. But before that, I think there was every year we used to hear, okay, 12th standard student has committed suicide from one school, or 10th standard student have committed suicide from another school due to this problem, due to because she was not able to get 90% marks in her science subject, or she was not able to study properly. Why this kind of attitude? Why are you a loser? Tell me. I'll just tell you, when you have that kind of negativity in your personality, or when you have a when you are have a personality of that feeling like a loser, if you're failing for the first time, then I'm sorry, you are not a person who should be there on this earth. Let me just tell you, you're already a loser. You have given up. Now you have to think. You have to sit, relax, calm your mind, and think in a calm situation. Are you a loser? Do you have a personality of losing every time? And do you have an attitude of giving up all the time? If you are that, then I'm sorry, nobody can help you. But if you feel that no, I'm not a loser, I cannot give up just because I failed for the first time or failed second time, I won't give up. I will go ahead and prove it. Always have that never give up attitude. Whether you have a peer pressure or whether your parents are focusing on something that yes, please go ahead with this because they dreamt about it, they have their own dreams, you have your own dreams, do not think about that. Try to prove yourself to yourself. You don't have to prove to parents that yes, boss, you said that and see I have done that. No, parents are your well wishers. Please understand, parents, teachers are your well wishers. But till the time you do not have that, confidence into yourself that yes, I can do that, and then only I'll be able to have a one-to-one interaction with my teacher or with my parent that yes, sir, or my mother or father, mama, I can do it. See, I got this. So I'll let me just do that. Just support me. Nobody will be against you. There will always be people who will be supporting you.
Exactly.
Carry that kind of aura, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So, as Ma'am has mentioned, I think the society is created with properties of different characteristics. Like it can be success, failures, toxic, non-toxic, laughter. Lot of characteristics of limitants to infinity is coming into the picture. But it is the ourself. We have to use the common sense, which is not that common, which we can't learn from any university. It can be learned from experience only. We should not reveal the tomorrow. Let it be the tomorrow. We can set the plans for a better tomorrow and we can work accordingly. And we have to consider life as a highway where you can move anyway. You can use a super bike, supercar, or you can walk, run, anything. But it is you are the driver. You have to decide
Yes.
which road to go,
Yes.
where to overtake. And we should not tell that I am going to overtake. Sometimes 800cc car may overtake a 2.5cc car. It is not the power, it is the timing. Right thing at the right time. So for this, we need
Absolutely.
to analyze and we must have the common sense to understand the people, the so-called society, because the society is having lot of mask. They may be good to us, but they may be bad to us. We are some innocence with some creativity to understand the real innocence. There comes the common sense. So that the creativity, the understanding of what the others are planning in their mind, or to understand a person from a situation. Those who are holding you in the failures are the true friends. But those who are boosting you, yeah, you are so good, you are towards, they are also not good, because life has to have the
Yes.
potential difference. For example, if positive and negative comes only, the electrons may be moving and charge and electricity will be created. Similarly, that potential difference must be there. Otherwise, as ma'am has mentioned, it will be a straight line, the state of death. So let's move on to the next topic, regarding the personality trait. Personality is having lot of dimensions, like starting from, many people are telling the physical appearance is quite important, like first impression is the best impression. The quantitative, the qualitative, then like our like there are a lot of interpersonal skills also coming. All these things are together combined as personality. So what is the most fundamental thing a person must like consider in personality, the most important thing?
I think I said it earlier also, and I'll just repeat myself in a different way. And when you were talking about that, 80cc, 800cc power car, also, I just reminded of that one story, sir. Let me just share it with you. And most of us have heard that story in our childhood.
Yeah, story is
A
good. If you are telling, it's very interesting because story creates our creativity, improves our creativity.
Right, absolutely. So, sir, the story which I could remind of is that the spider making its own web. Basically, we still remember in our childhood that there was a spider who tried first time, second time, third time, and seven times it fell down from the roof while making its web. But the eighth time, it was successful. And so many other spiders were there who were actually pulling its leg, that no, you won't be able to do it, come down, come down, come down, you won't be able to do it, you are just falling for the fourth time, you're just falling for the fifth time. But the spider did not give up. The spider had it in its mind that yes, I have to make it my web, because I have to stay there. If I won't be making, who will be making it for myself? Who else will be doing it for myself? I only have to work for myself. Nobody else will. So, why I shared this story again, because of the fact that you said that what is the most important, the common personality trait that we have to think about and we have to work on for ourselves itself. That is something. Be the change to bring the change, and always work on your own mistakes. You don't have to see, when you pinpoint one finger towards others, we tend to forget that there are four fingers which are pointing towards us. So think about that, and then start improving yourself from today, from now on. There is no future, right? There is no tomorrow for you. Many of us will not get the second time. There would be a few of us who gets the second time, who gets the second chance. So please think that this is the only day that we are living in. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, right? Though when we sleep in the night, we always wake up in the morning thinking with a positive attitude that yes, we will see the sun rays, we will see the sun rise, right? And we'll have a better day tomorrow. But at the same point of time, we always think that yes, when we are working today, we always forget that there's a tomorrow, right? Because we focus on the work which we are doing right now in our hand, the work which is there in our hands right now. So always work on your own mistakes. Forget about others. What is the other person saying? Just to, at times we have to ignore the other people as well. You just can't go ahead that yes, what is the other person saying? With the saying of that person, you at times you have to ignore. Think about you yourself that yes, you have to be a better person, right? Believe me, the more you nurture yourself, the more you improve yourself, believe me, positive people will start approaching you, positive people will start contacting you, and the positivity will be there around you. And this would become your own aura that yes, how that person is improving day by day, how compassionate that person is, how soft that person is, because that softness will come in your skill set, in your talking as well. While you're speaking to others, you will become more soft. Your soft skills will improve, your communication skills will improve, you'll be able to listen to others, not hearing, listen to others, understand. You'll be able to become more supportive to others, because you know that what you have going through, what you have gone through, and how you're improving yourself. That particular side will make you a better person and will change your personality overall. Believe me for that matter.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
work on yourself, very important and very basic and common thing actually, which we all tend to forget because
Yeah.
common sense is not so common.
Yeah, as Ma'am has mentioned, pointing out to one thing, four fingers are pointing out to you. And I am quite fascinated from childhood to till, and it will be like that. Whenever I'm seeing a mirror or a glass, not only me, most of the people, obviously we are having a tendency to focus on ourselves, to get a mirror image, how we are looking at that point. Because at that point, actually, the whole from the glass or the mirror, we are pointing ourselves. We are seeing the negative, the inverse image of ourselves. So it's a self realization. Actually, every day or every moment we must have that self realization to acquire the self saturation for without any cut off to have a linear graph. So as ma'am has mentioned, that confidence, that creativity, everything must have to happen, and the karma also, right thing at the right time, that must also must happen. And one more thing, when we are dealing with a family, like siblings are there, father is there, husband is there, sister, everyone is there, grandparents, and each one will be unique in their own characters. For example, identical twins may be also having some unique characteristics.
Absolutely,
Seriously,
absolutely.
the whole world is like, and we can see, if I'm having Horlicks per day, you are also having Horlicks from the childhood, and we are having and living in the same environment, having the same type of food. But at a particular stage, our dimensions will be different. My height or your height, the weight, the tone, the skin tone, the sound, everything will be unique. It's We
Yes.
can't make common things with artificial, like sophisticated creating something, some ambience. That is the creativity of the god or so-called almighty. We don't know that uncertainty. So that uniqueness must be there. So the real sense, how we can identify the uniqueness, as ma'am has mentioned, through the failures. So as you have mentioned, many students are undergoing the suicide like failures. So what support the parents or teachers have to give, like a mentor, like a psychologist, like a friend, because the parenting is also going to be changed. They have to open up their mind. The child has to open up his or her feelings to his mother or father or siblings. Then only the communication will happen, as you have mentioned earlier. The compassion, the communication, at last the collaboration between the creativity. So what suggestions you have to give to the teachers and parents in mentoring or nurturing a child?
Very well questioned, sir. Very well question. Wonderful question. First of all, I'll answer you as a parent, because at the end of the day, I'm a parent also. So,
Yeah.
as parents, what we have to do, see, we all want our kids to be successful. We all want our kid to be a better person, right? Not only better leaders, but better human beings as well. For example, we have been hearing so much of violence in the world, so much of sexual harassment in the world, so much of crimes in the world, and we don't want our child to be a criminal, or doing those sexual harassments to any other person, or creating violence in the world. So what we want from our child to be a better human being. The most important part to be successful in his professional life or her professional life, it has to be a person who is actually empathetic, right? So for that, you need to be a role model in front of your child, because at the end of the day, we all know that at our homes, parents are the gurus, right? Parents are the gurus. Yes, school, we have teachers, we have principals, we have mentors, but at the end of the day, parents are also like a guru. And child is in front of us, sleeping with us, getting up with us in the morning, looking at us, how we talk, how we spend our day, how we act, how we react. One is act, one is react. So what these all combinations, the child is looking at you. Be a mentor, be a teacher, or you are a mother or a father, right? We all play a very important role in nurturing our kids. So be a role model first of all, rather than pinpointing your child mistakes, or rather than comparing your kids. Please focus on the uniqueness between your two kids. For example, your elder child is good in English, and the younger child is good in creativity, art. He wants to become an artist. The elder child wants to become an English lecturer. Let them do what they want to do in their life. Don't intervene. Don't force them to live your dreams, because you wanted to become a lecturer, or you wanted to become a doctor, but you are doing some different kind of work in your life. Please don't force your child to live your dreams. You have already gone through that part of your life. Let your child live their own dreams. Then you see that your child will be a better person, and they will listen to you for sure. But when you start interfering, my God, focusing on their professional life, what they are doing, or focusing on their personal life, oh my God, what kind of friends you have, what kind of why you have boys in your circle, why you have girls in your circle, what kind of, okay, is this the time you are coming home? No, please do not do that. You are a well-wisher, you be a support to your kid. If you are asking your boy, if you're asking your son to be on time and come at night at 11 p.m., then you have the right to tell your girl child also to come back at 11 p.m. But if you're not telling your son to come at 11 p.m. and you're giving all the liberties to your son, then you can't force your girl child also to come at 11 p.m. Please give the same kind of liberties to your both the kids. Only then they will respect you. Otherwise, believe me, the more you start comparing, the more you start interfering in their personal life, believe me, they will stop respecting you, they will stop listening to you, and they will not be able to become better person and better human beings. Stop thinking about being successful in their own profession. As a parent, I'm talking about it now. As a teacher, yes, the most important part, stop comparison between one child and the second child in your own class. Fine if the one child is getting 70 marks or 75% marks and the second child is getting 85%, but please don't compare. He might be good at math, or she might be good in English. How does it matter? We all have seen that ad, I think, where a principal is telling that she got 50% marks and today she's a school principal, head of school. So does the marks carry that weightage? Does it make your destiny? No, it doesn't make your destiny. I vouch for it and I am the real example for it. I just got 65% marks in my commerce graduation, but today I'm a successful person because I'm a happy person. I'm doing whatever I wanted to do. Please let your child dream on their own and focus on their own dreams. Till the time you won't let your child live their own dreams and learn from every single opportunity, please believe me, you are not nurturing your child in a correct way, in a proper way, be it a parent or be it a mentor. In schools also, we have seen a lot of teachers pressure. We have seen the pressure, oh my god, that person has to get the class has to get 100%. Why 100%? Fine, we need to make sure that nobody is failing, but please make sure that if it's in a one child gets retest also, that is fine. He might be weak, right? You have to focus on that child. That means you're not focusing on that child. He might be left out, because there are kids who need a double attention or a special attention. So please understand the psychology of that child. For example, there is a child whose house scenario, or residential, or the scenario at his own place is not that positive, where he can learn and grow, right? And he can get good marks or good results. So you have to understand the psychology of that child. You have to be a mentor, not only a teacher who is just going ahead and giving a lecture and waiting for the 100% result. Please go and speak to the child, be a well-wisher, give a heart to that person, give a heart to that child, that they can share their side of story as well. Give your ears to that child, that yes, I am there for you, I'm listening to you. Just a small thing, and believe me, you will be able to nurture all the kids in a beautiful way, where they will grow as all flowers, and it would be a garden of flowers and not only a pot of flowers. Believe me.
Yeah, exactly. Like dreaming is the most beautiful thing in the life, and those who are encouraging or creating a circumstances to dream big is doing something good. So we have to enable encourage the children to dream big. And dreaming is easy, but bringing it into reality, we have to face the challenge. So it's a beautiful
Yes.
journey of life, and be a flower, spread fragrance throughout your life, and those who are coming, going, whatever it may be, you have to mark your own like uniqueness everywhere. If you are tomorrow, if you're dying, also one must tell, oh, so and such person was there. Like you must be remembered throughout the life. So that uniqueness must be created. So it is a like it is a unlimited session because lot of ideas are coming into picture, but due to the limitation of time, we have to conclude. So thank you, Dr. Rabiaah Bhatia, for this quick decision and quick interaction, which we had decided just one day before. And I think it will be creating an awareness among the parents, teachers, and all others, guardians, not only being a guru or a parent, but being a mentor. Like mentoring in the sense we have to understand, we have to feel, like holding my hand, the other person have to feel my pulse. And talking to a person with 1 hour or one day, we have to understand what he or she may be thinking the next. We have to understand the wavelength of the mind, the wavelength of the mindset, the creativity. Then together we can dream big and create heaven on this earth. So thank you, ma'am.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Sir, I love loved your point, that where you are holding somebody's hand and the other person should feel that yes, you are checking the pulse and not hurting that person by holding hand tightly. We don't have to hold tightly so that the other person can get hurt, but They have to understand that yes, we are checking their pulse, that they are living in the on the earth, living on this in this world basically. And as an individual, I would like to say last point here: have a youthful heart. Be young by heart. Don't feel age is just a number. Keep learning, and that is how you keep learning, keep improving yourself, and yes, always be youthful by your heart. When you are young by heart, you'll be able to adapt any negativity and you would be adaptable to any kind of change in your environment. The more you feel that, yes, now I cannot go ahead with this, I am going to give up. Please believe me, the more you feel, you will have a feeling of giving up attitude, you will not grow, your growth immediately stops there.
Yeah.
That is all I would like to say.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session. So I
Thank you,
think,
sir. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be on this platform today and share my views about the traits of personality development.
yeah, sure. So we can create a like an environment where people can dream on live happily with creativity and starting from the fundamentals of personality traits, ending into collaboration. So thank you for your compassion to the collaboration. Hope we will collaborate together in future endeavors. Thank you.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much once
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great evening ahead. And to all my viewers, stay safe.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.